Hello, everyone. Welcome back to TFD. Let's jump right into it. We all know how highly Paige Bueckers is regarded. Many people already consider her one of the greatest to ever play the game, and honestly, her defense is where she truly separates herself. She's the standard, the it player when it comes to defensive instincts, positioning, and effort on the women's side of basketball. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, you've got Caitlin Clark. Everyone knows her offensive brilliance, but defense has never been what she's known for. Some critics even joke that her teams might as well play 4-on-5 on that end of the floor. Fair or not, that perception exists, and it's worth discussing. So why does this matter? Because something interesting just happened. Unrivaled actually held preseason games. Yes, preseason games, and the footage is eye-opening. I want to walk you through a couple of angles because what we're seeing here, especially involving Marina Mabrey and Paige Bueckers, is genuinely fascinating.
And hold on a second. Where are you going, Paige? Wait, we need to rewind that. I had to watch this back a few times myself because at first I genuinely didn't believe it. I even double-checked to make sure this wasn't some AI-generated clip, because we all know Paige Bueckers usually doesn't make mistakes like that. She's too disciplined, too locked in. But no, this is real. I've got another angle here, and honestly, I kind of like this view even more. Nope, scratch that. That's not the one. Let me pull up the right angle so you can really see what happened.
All right, let's pull up another angle of this play, because this one really tells the full story. We're focused on Marina here. Okay, boom, there it is. Let's pause and rewind, because I want to actually show you what's happening step by step. This isn't just a reaction clip. There's something important going on defensively that needs to be broken down. Now look, I'm not going to pretend there isn't some humor in this, because it does look wild on first watch, especially given the reputation involved. We've got Paige Bueckers on defense. Paige Bueckers, who many people called the greatest defender the women's game has ever seen. That's the label. That's the standard. And she's matched up against Marina Mabrey, a player who is not known for elite speed or lightning-quick handles. So let me show you exactly where this goes wrong. Boom. See how fast that happened? That's the key. Everything unfolds in a split second. And I had to catch myself while watching it because your instinct is to joke, but once you slow it down, it becomes more about fundamentals than anything else. Watch the footwork. Slide, slide, and then the step back. To be fair to Paige, this is something you see across the WNBA more than you should. I don't know if it's lateral quickness, foot discipline, or just habits that haven't been cleaned up, but side-to-side defense is a real issue league-wide. And this is exactly why Marina is able to create space so easily and knock down that shot. This should never happen on a possession this simple. There's no complex dribble package. There's no elite burst. Marina isn't known for blowing by defenders, and yet she gets exactly what she wants. And people are going to turn around and tell you Paige Bueckers is a shutdown defender? This clip makes that argument very difficult. There's no screen involved here. Paige doesn't have to fight over a pick. There's no help defender forcing a bad angle. This is straight isolation. And the moment Paige turns her hips and crosses her feet, it's over. She's done. That's basketball 101. Once your feet cross, you're toast. If Marina wanted to, she could have attacked the basket instead. A quicker player absolutely would have. A crossover left, one hard step, and it's a layup. Paige is already beaten on the move. Marina chooses the step back instead, and Paige isn't even close to contesting the shot. And yes, I hate that shot too. The chest-level push shot drives me crazy, but that's beside the point. Look at the spacing. Look at where Paige ends up. She's nowhere near the ball. And we're supposed to believe this is elite defense? Here's why people are making a big deal about it. This is fandom. This is how it works.
If you're constantly praised, elevated, and marketed as flawless, then the film matters even more when it tells a different story. You don't get the hype without the scrutiny. Now let's talk about the actual issue. Paige should have been lower. She should have been on the balls of her feet. Her stance is bad. She's upright, bent at the waist instead of sitting into her hips. Her knees aren't loaded. That alone puts her at a disadvantage. I've said this about Caitlin Clark too, so this isn't personal. Across the league, you see defenders standing straight up, not sliding properly, not maintaining balance. Against a good offensive player, that stance gets you cooked immediately. The moment Paige turns her hips and crosses her feet, that's a dream scenario for the offense. It's like a wide receiver watching a corner flip early. It's game over. You can't recover, you can't pivot, you can't change direction. And that's exactly why this play ends the way it does. Slow feet, poor stance, cross steps. At this level, that's all it takes. Now, why is this clip blowing up everywhere? Because Fever fans remember. Just like Pepperidge Farm, they remember exactly what they had to sit through during the Olympic practices. Remember how one moment was turned into a massive storyline? How it was framed as this unbelievable generational defensive play? Never mind the fact that it was really just Caitlin Clark closing out on a ball that had already been deflected. Context didn't matter then. The hype machine was already running. So yes, this is why you're going to keep hearing about this play. That same energy is coming right back around. When one moment gets endlessly celebrated and dissected, you don't get to be surprised when another moment, especially a bad one, gets the same treatment. That's how this works. Fans don't forget, narratives don't disappear. And when the film tells a different story, people are going to point it out. Fair or not, that's the standard that was set.
All right, we're just gonna let this play. It's about 39 seconds, that's it. And I want you to remember this Dallas game. You remember this one, right? Caitlin Clark, 5 steals and a block. 5 steals and a block. But I was told defense isn't her thing. Interesting. Now watch this. Nice miss to the left there, Paige. What are you throwing that pass for? That's an awful decision. I mean, genuinely bad. Oh no, that one's even worse. This is starting to look like a Make-A-Wish possession. And there it is again. Paige, you've got to go to the basketball. You can't wait on it. This is basic stuff, and it's getting uncomfortable to watch. But hold on, Paige Bueckers. Paige Bueckers. Paging the elite defensive specialist everyone keeps telling me about. Because apparently Clark is terrible on defense, right? Don't let your eyes fool you here. You're not watching some fluke. You're watching Clark read passing lanes, anticipate, and actually impact the game defensively. And look, I know we're having some fun with this, but let's take a second and talk about the real issue for the WNBA. Deep breath. Deep breath. Think good thoughts. Go to your happy place. Did she really just miss the easiest layup imaginable? Wide open. No contest. That can't happen. That's the stuff that drives fans crazy and turns people away from the product. Anyway, I just wanted to bring this to your attention. Not to rage, not to scream, just to show the film and let it speak for itself. Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, I appreciate you checking out the video. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and make sure you're still subscribed. Views aren't what they used to be, but we keep pushing. Appreciate you all.